If you'll notice here, it actually has the Headmaster head. Hey guys, I'm back again for another week of garage sale pickups. Be sure to like my video, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. Okay guys, I just bought a Nintendo Wii Bundle. You can see here on the balance board, their original asking price was $50 for the box. That's not a bad price, but it's just more than I was willing to pay for it. I've quite honestly got enough Wiis already. A few of the games I didn't have. So anyways, I asked the woman what the best price she could give me on the bundle would be. And of course she said make me an offer. So I said I could do 20 bucks. She came back at 30 and then we met in the middle at 25. So I think that was a really good price considering what's in here. I don't know if you can see that, but underneath there's two nunchucks, two regular white Wiimotes, and then a blue one with the Wii Plus sensor in the bottom. The system looks to be in decent condition. It's got the proper doors on top. Quite often they're broken off. I thought this was cool. It's got the Super Mario Galaxy official soundtrack. And I had a look, the CD is in there. And as far as games are concerned, it's got Monster Jam, Kung Fu Panda, Legendary Warriors, Wii Fit, NHL 2K9, Spider-Man, Web of Shadows, Redneck Jamboree, Super Mario Galaxy, Pirates, Hunt for Blackbeard's Booty, which sounds interesting, Rayman, Scarface, The World Is Yours, which is a fantastic game, Wii Sports, and Flat Out. So I thought this was a pretty decent bundle to get for 25 bucks. I'm going to keep the games that I don't have, and I'm just going to probably sell off the rest as a bundle. Okay, so I just missed out on a Sega Saturn bundle. Apparently the people sold it for $15, which is unfortunate because I don't have any Sega Saturn games or a system, so it would have been a nice addition to my collection. I asked the woman if there was anything else that they do have that the person that bought the Sega stuff didn't take. And she said all they have left is a PS1 that they were selling for $1. So here it is right here. The reason she said that they were selling it for $1 is because it doesn't have the power cord or the AV cables. Or a controller for that matter. But it does have two memory cards here. So for $1, I thought I couldn't go wrong. So I obviously bought that. Even though I don't need another PS1 right now, so I'll probably just flip it. I spoke to the husband then, and he said that in the house they have some Xbox stuff. So I thought I'd take a look at that. I'm not going to show that to you right now just because I did take some video footage, so assuming that it turned out okay, I'm gonna roll that footage right now. And if it didn't turn out, then maybe when I get home I'll do a quick recap. Okay, so the guys just come out with an original Xbox and a tote full of movies and Xbox games. So I'm just going to go through this stuff real quick, see what I'm interested in, and he's actually gone back into the house looking for more video games. I spotted a couple of GameCube games at the front end of the tote. He's got Fantastic Four and Burnout. I actually don't have either of these games. So the guys come back out of the house. He's given me another stack of Xbox games and a couple of controllers that have just dropped into the tote. So now we'll just go through the second wave of games here that he's brought out. I'm not very familiar with the Xbox, so leave me a comment in the comments section and let me know if any of these titles are worth holding on to. It's funny that he has two copies of this NBA Inside Drive. So it turns out there's a total of 20 games here, 18 original Xbox games, 2 GameCube games, then there's 2 controllers as well as the Xbox system. I asked the guy what he wanted for everything. He said 25 bucks. I offered him 20 and he accepted my offer. Assuming that I just showed you the footage there of my pickups for the Xbox, as I was leaving, the guy said to me, I noticed that you bought the PS1 from my wife. And I said, yep, I bought that. And he said, well, did you want a box for it? And I'm like, sure, you know, I've got a lot of stuff to carry, so I would happily take a box. And I was assuming he'd just come out with like a cardboard box or a banker's box or something like that, some old box. But instead he came out with the original PlayStation box. So I actually don't have a PlayStation box in my collection, even though I do have a number of PlayStations. So I happily took the box. I thought that was great. Inside the box, it actually has an official PlayStation controller. But interestingly, it had this attachment for the PlayStation where you can plug 4 controllers in. So I don't have one of these yet. So this is a great thing to basically get for free. And also in the box, surprise, surprise, it had the AV cables. So now all I need is a power supply if I don't already have one. And if I'm not mistaken, it's just a double round, so nothing special. It doesn't have a brick or anything like that. So anyways, I thought this was a pretty fantastic bundle purchase, quite honestly. So I'm really happy with that. All right, guys, I just hit a street sale, and although I came away with some really cool stuff, I'll tell you the really frustrating thing about it. Apparently, the street sale started at 7 a.m., and the way it worked is all the participants would put a little garage sale sign on their front lawn. Apparently, what somebody did is at 6 a.m., they knocked on all their doors and asked if they had video games that they were selling. I couldn't believe it. So I'm hoping nobody ended up hooking them up with anything, because I think that's extremely rude. But I guess that's how it goes. Some people just have no manners when it comes to garage sailing or people's personal space or any of that stuff. So anyways, putting that aside, I was getting ready to leave the court, and I was turning my car around, and I saw a woman that was just setting up, and she didn't have the garage sale sign in front of her house. So I knew that nobody had knocked on that door early in the morning, and I asked about video games. And she said to me, you know, you've come to the right house. My husband collects games. He's got all kinds of stuff. So I talked to the husband, and he ended up showing me a PS Vita, which I got. Now, it came with this case here, just a soft case, a third-party charger right here, which I don't love using. For handhelds and stuff, I prefer to use first-party stuff, because I've heard that you can sometimes damage the system when you use third-party adapters. But I got this black PS Vita. I'm pretty sure it's the 1000 model. I got that. And I got a couple of games. There's one inside. I think it's Call of Duty. I got Resistance Burning Skies. And I got Need for Speed Most Wanted. He charged me $40 for that. The woman said she had a DS that she wasn't playing anymore, and just to make her an offer on it. Here it is right here. It's a white one, DS Lite. It's missing the little back cover for the Game Boy Advance game port, and it's got the charger here. I said I could do $5. I've got enough DS Lites kicking around. Anyway, she accepted my offer, so that was pretty cool. He showed me some Super Nintendo games as well. So I'll just show you the games first. I grabbed Super Mario All-Stars, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, and the last one, and probably the best one, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Asked him what he wanted for the games. He told me he'd take $10. I could not believe that. So for $2.50 a game, I thought that was an amazing deal, so I obviously took it. And as I was leaving, he asked me if I've got a PS3. I told him I do, but I'm not looking for games for it. But he said he would give me this Nyko Blue Wave infrared remote, I guess for... it says here, ideal for Blu-ray playback. So I don't actually have a remote control for my PS3. He threw this in for nothing, which I thought was really nice of him. And yeah, like I said, came away with some really great stuff, notwithstanding the fact that somebody had knocked on most of the doors and asked about games hours before I got there. Sorry guys, there was actually one more PS Vita game that I forgot to mention. It was just sitting here on the seat under some other stuff. Silent Hill Book of Memories. Now, unfortunately, I've got all the games that came in this lot, so I'm going to sell those off. But it's really cool now to have a backup PS Vita system. Okay guys, I just picked up some PS1 games for $1 each. I thought I'd quickly pull over and show them to you. For starters, I got Tiger Woods PGA Tour Golf, Tenchu Stealth Assassins. This is the greatest hits version. I think I might have this game at home, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check on that. Pro 18 World Tour Golf. Star Wars Rebel Assault 2. High Heat Major League Baseball 2002. Now, I probably shouldn't have bothered with some of these titles because I don't think I'll ever play some of these sports ones. But for $1 each, it's still nice to fill out my PS1 collection. Here's a great find. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Great game. I had this when I was a kid, but somehow I've misplaced the game disc over the years. All I have is the case and the cover art. So it's nice to have a complete copy of this game again. And the beauty of this one is that the disc is in nearly flawless condition. So that's really great. And then the last one is NHL 2000. When it comes to sports games, I do like some of the old hockey ones. I remember playing NHL 98 back in the day. I had that for my PS1. So I'm sure NHL 2000 is very similar, maybe with some minor graphical improvements and maybe some updated stats or players. Anyways, that's it for the PS1 games. Alright guys, well I actually found some Transformers related stuff. So starting off here, there was this Transformers board game. This is Risk, and it's the Cybertron Battle Edition. Hopefully I'm getting that in my shot here. So the price on there was $5. I asked the woman if she could do any better, and she dropped it to $4, which isn't a huge savings, but I had a look inside. It appears to be 100% complete. Risk is actually a really good board game. Unfortunately, I can't talk my wife into playing anymore, but certainly it's something that a few of my guy friends might be willing to play if we got together and had a drink or two. So I thought that was a really nice pickup. And they had a box of toys. Some of them were newer, some of them were vintage. Just to give you an idea, they had some old Gem and the Hologram stuff, which was kind of like a Barbie thing, like a rocker style Barbie from the 80s. Obviously, I didn't pick up any of that stuff. I'm not like a reseller when it comes to just all kinds of odds and ends. So I left that for the next collector or reseller to buy. But they had this fairly modern Bumblebee. Now, I'm not sure which Bumblebee this is, which line this is from, or even how to transform it properly. I was taking a look at it. I don't want to break it, but it looks like a pretty decent little Bumblebee. So that's not too bad. And surprisingly, there was some vintage Transformers related stuff. So let me just grab the first thing here. This is actually a G1 Ape Face, which is a triple changer. Now, unfortunately, one of these ratcheting joints no longer ratchets, so it just swings freely. That's a bit of a shame. And truth be told, when it comes to these triple changers, I forget what this one and Snapdragon are called, but I actually prefer Snapdragon. Now, unfortunately, it didn't come with any accessories. Well, no guns or wings or any of that stuff for this guy, but it did come with one very important thing. If you'll notice here, it actually has the Headmaster head. I paid $2 for each of these toys. So the Bumblebee was $2, this was $2, and I know certainly on eBay, if I'm using that as any sort of measuring stick, a head for Ape Face is probably $25 or $30. So I think that was a really good find. And the next one, or my last Transformers related pickup, is actually a G1 Hoist. Now, again, he's missing all of his accessories. You know, there is a bit of chrome wear on there and some sticker wear. But overall, I think this is in fantastic condition. I already have a Hoist, so what I might do with this one, I'm not going to bother putting any money into completing it. What I'm probably going to do is just transform him into his robot mode and leave him on my shelf for display. So anyways, that's it for the Transformers related pickups. Again, these were $2 each, but the Risk board game was $4. Anyways, I'm going to carry on and see what else I can find. Okay, it's getting a little bit later in the day, so I think I'm going to wrap it up for another week. I did make one last interesting purchase here. This is a vintage Atari 2600, the all-black version, or what's known to collectors as the Darth Vader edition. So I don't have this version of the Atari in my collection. The one that I do have is what's known as the Atari Junior. That's the one that I had when I was a kid, and I've still got the exact one to this day with the original box, which is cool. But it's really great to add another version of the Atari to my collection, and to get it for a good price. I paid 20 bucks for this stuff. I got one controller with it, which is nice, and it came with one game, Space Attack. This is one of sort of odd-shaped Atari games, and I remember when I was a kid, I didn't like these ones as much just because they sort of stood out in my collection. Anyways, that's it for the Atari pickups, and yeah, I think it was a very successful day. Okay guys, that's it for my garage sale pickups for another week. Leave me a comment in the comments section. Let me know if there were any standouts in your opinion this week. I always like finding video games, but I absolutely love finding Transformers related items. And those G1 figures I thought were just amazing to find at a garage sale this weekend. I'm lucky if I've got one or maybe 2 more weekends of garage selling left. I'm going to try to get out there and get some more pickups, take some more footage. So hopefully I can do that. If you like what I'm doing on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to my channel. It really helps. And that's it for this week, everybody. Thanks again for watching. Take care.